Hello everyone, welcome back to our course on computer vision. I am Kaustav Tripathi, your instructor, and today we are going to talk about rotation of images. That means how can we rotate the images that you see in photo editing tools, that we just rotate the image to some angle. So let's see with our Python programming how we can make it happen by our program. By a simple few lines of code, we will make this happen. So let's get on to our Spider ID and see how we're gonna do this. Okay, so here we are. Let me zoom it. Yeah. So same like earlier, we have imported two libraries, CV2 and NumPy as NP, and we have imported Lena1 image, and again we have saved the shape of the image one in rows and columns in form of rows, column, and channels in different variables. And we have shown two frames over here. One is the image one, which is our original image, and image two that we will work on means when we will create a rotated image, we will store it in image two and we will display it over here. Then we have cv2.wait key and cv2 destroy all windows. Okay, so now if we talk about rotation, same way like when we were talking about translation, this in also rotation there is a matrix that is called rotation 2D matrix, and earlier we were creating that matrix, but in rotation you can't create a matrix because there are lots of variables, lots of generated variables that you can't find out those numbers. So for this, OpenCV has one method called let me show you. Get wait a minute. Let me write. Okay, let's give it a rotation matrix like R is equals to CV2 dot get rotation matrix to D. Okay, so this is a matrix. Now what this matrix is, it takes three arguments inside of it. One is the center, like what is the center? Anything that is rotating has a center point. So that center it is asking at which center point you want to rotate your image. So we are gonna give it a center as a normal center of the image, like row divided by 2, and that is going to be a tuple. So row divided by 2, comma column divided by 2. Okay. Next thing it is demanding is the angle at which you want to rotate it. Let's say I want to rotate it at 45 degree, or let's keep it 45 right now. Or the scale. What is the scaling factor? We will keep it right now 1. I will show you what scaling is, and even in the further videos I will explain scaling in a much further detail. But right now let's keep it as 1. So this is, we have created our matrix R, and now we will again use a warp affine function. As I told you, this is all under affine transformations, and for these affine transformations we need a method called warp affine. So again we are going to use that method. Image2 is equal to cv2 dot warp affine, and in warp affine we are going to provide first of all the source image, which is our image 1. Then we are going to provide the matrix, that is R, and then we are going to provide the destination size, that is col, row, and that will be the tuple. Okay, so this is all the program for the rotation of the matrix. See how simple it is. Okay, and let's run it. Let's see what happens. And we've got two frames over here. This is frame 1 and this is frame 2. We see our image is rotated 45 degree, and you see some part of our image is like cropped out. You can't fit it inside of our window, this size of the window. So to do this, to handle this kind of things, a scaling factor comes here. Yeah, we have used the scaling 1 right now. Let's reduce the scaling to 0.5 and let's see what happens. You see, now we have got the full image inside of our window, but we have got a lot of black portion that we can crop out later on. But we've got the part of our image that we want. Okay, we have rotated it. Now we can also rotate it to 90 degree. 90 degree and reduce the scale factor. In 90 degree you can work with 1. You see, as it is a square, so if you put a 90 degree on it, it will be perfectly fitted with the window. So now this is all about rotation matrix. Now we can, as earlier in the translation matrix, our translation of images, we have created an animation. Same animation we can create over here. All we have to do is create a variable angle is equals to 0 earlier. Okay, and then we will create a while loop, and we'll give it true, and we will put all of this inside of a tab, and again we will put a breakpoint, so we will keep it in a variable, and we will use if k equals to ORDA, so q, if this is then break. Okay, and we will increase the angle +1. So this will be done, but there will be a little bit of an error because angles are between 0 to 360 degree. So one small thing we have to do is we have to create a if condition over here, that if angle is equals to 360, then make it a 0, because we all know angle 0 and angle 360 are same thing. Okay, image will be normal as it is, original image will be shown. So what we will do is we will convert the image 360. When the image will be 360, it will become back to 0. So this way, again our loop will start, and let's see what happens. Control A, F9. Okay, oh, there is one more thing we are missing. We haven't provided the angle over here. Angle. Now let's do. You see here, our image is rotating completely inside of a window. Okay, and we can reduce the scaling factor a little bit. Let's say make it 0.8, and now if we run it, as we can see the whole image rotating on this axis. Now we can also do one more thing. We can change the axis. Let's say we are right now we're giving the center point. Let's move from the center point. Now let's see. You see, we have changed the center point. That's image is like jungling around the window, all over the window. So this is all about rotation of images. Keep practicing, keep trying other stuff inside of it, or keep changing the angles and whatever. You can also try one more thing. You know, in the rotation, in this rotation, or even in the translation of images, or whatever we are studying in earlier past videos, you can try one more thing. All of those concepts you can try with using the live webcam. Okay, you can take your live feed and you can rotate your live feed. You can shift your live feed. Do whatever you like with your live feed. Okay, that will help you a lot in understanding these concepts and applying it in some way. So keep practicing it. See you in the next video.